Y'all get ready because today we are going to do a fabulous two-sheet wonder. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. I know we all have busy schedules, and I appreciate any amount of time that you give to me and my channel. Today we're going to hop right into it because we're going to take 2 sheets of 12 by 12 and create a beautiful one-sheet wonder. I'm flipping to the overhead camera right now so that you can get a closer look at what we're making today. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so here's the paper that I've chosen for today. I've chosen this chocolate brown, and I have chosen this beautiful print from Hobby Lobby. It's infused with gold throughout. It is a Hobby Lobby specialty paper, and the item number is 229-9105 in case you're looking for it. That's 229-9105. It's $1.99, but you can get it at 40% off whenever Hobby Lobby is having a paper studio 40% off sale, which just happens to be every other week. So I'm going to take these two beautiful pieces and show you how to make the cutest little drawer box. Now I'm going to hold this up so that you can see just how cute it is. I do need to add a couple of pieces of bling here where the screws would go in on my little drawer pull, but I normally just put gems there. And then when you open it, we have this nice drawer, and the way that I'm using this drawer is I'm planning on giving out these beautiful little Prima flowers, burlap flowers, gorgeous, set of 6. And I wanted something really cute to present them in, so I made this little box, and I had some leftovers, so I made a little card that'll go on the inside as well. Now, you can use a drawer like this for so many different things. It's great for soaps, it's great for tea lights, it's great for little candies. As you can see, I have flowers in this one, but we can put ephemera and other crafty items on the inside. When finished, it measures 4 by 5 by 1 inch deep. Y'all, let's make this. We're going to be using 2 sheets of 12 by 12, and we will be cutting it down, but that is why I'm calling this a 2-sheet wonder, because you can make something as beautiful and as useful as this with just 2 pieces. So let's take the solid color, and I'm going to cut it to 9 by 8. And we're going to make the box. So to make the box, we are going to score at 1 and at 2 on all 4 sides. That's 1 and 2 on all 4 sides. Now let's fold and burnish all of our scores. All right, so now we're going to get rid of the 2 corner pieces on all 4 sides. So we'll get rid of these 2, these 2, these 2, and these 2. So I'm going to take my finger blade and just angle in here, angle here to remove that. Then I'll go up to the second score mark here and cut straight down. And then I'll angle. Let's do the same thing over here. We can go ahead and angle in, angle to remove, cut straight down, and angle in. And we do this on all 4 sides. So basically what we're doing is we are removing the 2 corner pieces. Easy peasy. And then once you have it cut out like this, let's just go back on the ends where we did not get to angle these. We did angle in here. Let's just go ahead and add an angle here and here, because this will just make it easier for us to fold in the box. So now I'm going to take my glue, put some glue on these pieces, and then we'll put our box together. And I'm using glue because I do want this little project here to have some longevity. So I'm just going to take that glue, smush it around between the two papers, and then I'll make sure that my corners are nice, tight, and crisp. Do the same thing over here. Let's just smush that glue around between the papers. Now we can go in, make sure we have these stuck, and do the same thing here. And let's go ahead and do this one. So in the end, we're going to have a box that measures 4 by 5 by 1. So now I'm just going to fold this backwards and add my reptile adhesive. And here's a reminder. If you have not placed your order for reptile adhesive, please go ahead and place the order, because once the weather gets colder, reptile will not ship when the temperature is not above 40. They do that so that there are no problems with the glue possibly freezing. So go ahead and get your order in, because we don't want to be stuck during the winter season without that precious reptile adhesive. So there is our box. Now we do have this piece left over. I'm going to take a piece and just put it in the bottom, because I like to firm that up just a little bit. We've reinforced the sides. I'm just going to add this piece here on the bottom to give it a double thickness. So I'm going to cut my piece out at 4 7/8 by 3 7/8. And this time I'm going to use some tape to place this down. So let's just go ahead and put that in like that. And now that just gives us a firmer base to the box. The box is all made. Let's make that wrap. All right, so I'm going to take my decorative paper and I am going to cut it at 7 by 11.5. And on the 11.5 inch side, I'm going to score at 1 1/8, at 5 1/4, at 6 3/8, and at 10.5. So on the 11.5 inch side, I scored at 1 1/8, at 5 1/4, at 6 3/8, and at 11.5. Then I'm going to rotate it to the 7 inch side, and we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, and at 6. And so let's just fold and burnish all of our scores. All right, so on both ends you'll have these flaps, but one will be shorter than the other one. On the one that's shorter, we want to go ahead and remove the corner piece altogether, from top and bottom. So everything that we do at the top, we're going to do it at the bottom. So here, I'm just going to cut an angle, cut an angle, cut an angle. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and angle this way too. So I'm just angling on both sides of that score mark like this. So this is the side that we scored at 3/4 of an inch. It is not as wide as this end. So this is the end. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take my glue, add some glue to all of these pieces, and then I'm going to fold them over. This is just giving us a nice finished front to the wrapped piece. So you can see how I have that there. That's what we're doing right now. So we're just giving this a nice little finished front. Make sure that you get everything nice and stuck. So now your piece is going to look like this. So now we're going to take our glue, and the adhesive flap is going to be the one that is skinnier than this one. So I am going to take my glue, add it to the adhesive flap, take this piece, smush it around in that glue, and get it stuck. Then I'll go in with my bone folder and just work my stick a little bit more. So now we need to deal with the bottom. And y'all know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cut out my tabs for the bottom. So I'm going to do that now. Every now and then I'll get so caught up in what I'm doing that I forget to do a step. So all I'm doing is going in and angling on both sides of that score mark to free my tabs. So basically I'm doing down here what I did up here. And I'm sure some of you were probably screaming at the TV, you didn't do it, you didn't do it. No, I didn't, but we can do it afterwards. So I'm just going in on both sides of every score mark I angled. So now I'm going to take my glue. My seam is here on the back, that's what I want. I'm going to add some glue here and some glue here. We'll take this piece, fold it up, and we'll add some glue to this piece. We can fold it over. Then I'm just going to take my box and slide it in because I want to make sure that everything is nice and squared. And everything is looking good, so I am just going to take my bone folder, work that stick, go on the inside, work that stick. So basically, y'all, we are finished with our box. However, because I'm going to put a drawer pull on here, I want to make sure that my front is very stable. So I'm going to take a piece of my scrap, a 2-inch piece, and I'm going to cut it at 2 by 4. And on the 2-inch side, I'm going to score it at 1. And now we're going to take this, and I'm just going to put it on the front because I want to make sure that this is nice and firm so that when we have the drawer pull on, it won't pull it out of its natural shape. So for this piece, I can use my tape runner because the tape holds very well on something like this. I just wouldn't use it to put an entire box together, but piecing together portions, it works well. So I'm just going to take it and put it on like that, and you can see that that instantly firmed that. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in. Now if you find that you have any gapping, top or bottom, that you don't like, one of the easiest ways that I found to fix that, especially when you're not using chipboard, let's just cut another piece of scrap, and we're going to cut this at 3 7/8, about 4 5/8, and again we're going to take some tape, and we're going to take this piece, and here's the top. I'm just going to take it and put it inside the box, sliding it all the way back like that. I'll go in with my bone folder and get it stuck, and that generally helps to firm any sagging that's taking place with the top or the bottom, especially if you're not using chipboard. So now when I put that in, I'm actually very pleased with how this looks. So now I will take one of my little drawer pulls. I get these from Amazon. I'll have them linked in the description box below for anyone who's interested. And I am just going to add some Reptile adhesive. This will hold this nicely. And I am going to try to position it right in the middle. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to bring in this box because you might want to stack these and you want to make sure that your handles are in the same place. See how we can stack these? So now we just need to give that a moment to dry and it's done. And now y'all, this drawer is completely dry. We can open it and you can see that we have all of this wonderful space on the inside. We have scrap pieces left over, so we're able to make a nice little card for the inside. Then you can fill it however you like. Let's just say I wanted to gift somebody a drawer of drawerfuls. You guys know that as crafters, we appreciate things like this. So we can put those in there and we can gift this. Or if we want to have a nice look in the craft studio for things like this, we can make drawers to hold our little whatnots. I absolutely love the idea of stacking these. So you can make as many of these as you want. You can side by side them and you can go up with them. The possibilities are endless. You're only limited by your imagination, so I hope that you're imagining a whole bunch of different things that you can do with a project like this. And I hope that you have enjoyed today's super sweet project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it, and I would love to have you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful handcrafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.